do you guys think you can kind of talk about, you know, the parent education piece of therapy and how we can implement that in our sessions with the parents?
Sure. Parent education should be a huge part of any therapy service that's provided. We get to see your child once or twice a week. What we can teach you to do at home is going to make a huge difference in terms of continuity of services and just what your child's going to get out of therapy. So what I would recommend, pre-COVID, we would have parents come in and work with us, with the child in a private room, to try to demonstrate these techniques, because many of them need to be done in a certain way, need to be done consistently, or you're not only not going to get the result that you want. If it's a specific sensory technique, you might actually get the opposite of what we're looking for. So that's a huge component. Since COVID, it's been a little more tricky, obviously, because of all of the restrictions, but we do have the availability of teletherapy, and one of the benefits of that is that we can kind of almost go into your home over the computer. So whether it's us demonstrating a technique for you to do at home, and then we can see how it's going at home, or whether it's a specific behavior or something that, you know, you're reporting to us and you really want us to see, or what do I do when they do this? You can actually show us what's happening and what this is, and we can give you recommendations based on that.
You know, and just to add on to that too, a lot of times, you know, when I have my little ones and, you know, parents really wish they could be a part of the therapy, that's very understanding to us as therapists, because as Amy said, we're seeing your child once or twice a week. We want more carryover in the home environment. So, you know, we always end our sessions and we're able to go and talk to the parent and educate them. But, you know, sometimes it can be a lot to process as a parent. And so showing pictures, sending videos, just sending out follow-up email are all things that we do to help with the parent really understanding what we're doing, why we're doing it, and how we're doing it, and how they can take what we're doing and bring it into the home environment. And it's great to see, you know, if we have a chain of emails going, and then we can get, you know, videos of them doing these techniques at home, and we can kind of have that constant collaboration. So that's something that we definitely pride ourselves in at KidSense.
Our next question is about bedtime calm down strategies. We've been getting this one a lot lately.
This is a pretty common concern and pretty common question. To start, routine is everything. So if you think about your day and your routine and how you go through it, your arousal level kind of goes up and down throughout the day. If your arousal level is building as, you know, the night dwindles on and you're trying to get everything done, your child's arousal level is going to build. So if you're trying to put your child to bed, but no, you have 10 million other things to do, and you're trying to multitask, that's not going to work, because all your child's going to do is pick up on the fact that you're still going. So even if once they're asleep, you're going to go on and do a night's worth of laundry and dishes and cleaning and get back to work, that's fine, but your child should have no idea that that's going to be happening. So even if it's a matter of you putting on your PJs, you snuggling up, you looking like you're winding down for the night, that's going to be very important in terms of the consistency of a bedtime routine for your child. Things like reading, calming activities, dimming the lights, like everything that's conducive to sleep are things that you want to build into that routine. Bath time works well for some people. Not overdoing the screen time before bed is important. I think like a half-hour show that's part of your routine is fine, but like a 2-hour movie right before bed, or, you know, a favorite show right on the iPad that's right here in front of your face is not going to be helpful in terms of decreasing your child's arousal level and really reinforcing those sleep patterns and getting them ready for bed.
Yeah, I mean, just adding on to that, as Amy said, dimming the lights, reading stories. I think music is another really great, we don't want to be listening to,
Correct.
you know, Baby Shark maybe, but, you know, something a little bit more calming is definitely helpful for just calming their whole system down right before bed.
Yeah. In addition to that, we get a lot of questions about things such as weighted blankets, which are fantastic if they work for your child. A bit of a warning if your child is little, like we're talking like 2-year-olds, they're in cribs, they're in the convert-a-crib beds. You really want to be careful because, my rule of thumb is that your child needs to be able to physically push that blanket off of them if they're overheating or they're uncomfortable. Otherwise, you're really talking about safety concerns, because if that weighted blanket is so heavy and it's almost kind of like a smothering effect, they might not be able to get it off of their airway or keep themselves from overheating. So, just something to keep in mind. Just make sure if you're purchasing a blanket, either consult with your occupational therapist or just really make sure that they're physically able to push that blanket off of themselves.
And for those little ones, I would say maybe during that reading time before bed, that's when you put it on them.
It's a great time to use it.
And then take it off before they get snuggled up.
Another thing I hear from parents and concern I hear from parents is that they go to try these bedtime routines and their child's arousal level just increases. I would start to look at patterns throughout your day and the timing of everything. It may just be that maybe you're starting your bedtime routine at 6:30, 7 o'clock, and it may just not be early enough, or maybe it's too late or too early for your child. So shifting those routines either a little earlier or a little later might make a big difference for you as well. Thanks for joining us and taking the time to spend with us. Yeah, I'm sure you have many other questions, but I would encourage you to check out our blog, because many of the questions we reviewed today are actually answered in some of the blogs that our therapists have written.
We also have really great resources on our website. Like I said before, the Ask a Therapist kind of forum, and then we also have frequently asked questions. And you can always just give us a call. We're always here and able to answer any questions that you may have.